Hey guys, what's up? This is Nasty T here, bringing you a little Fallout 4 preview today. Now, we're going to be previewing a few locations that I want to see and maybe some improvements on gameplay that we would like to see. Okay, let's get into it. Now, I'm sure you've all seen the tweet from Eric Dellum's 3Dog, and he's been authorized to say a few things about Fallout, or what could either be Fallout 4 or what some are thinking is a Fallout TV show. Now, I thought, in the spirit of this, we would do a little video on the locations and the improvements we want to see in Fallout 4. Alright, let's get started. Okay, at number 5, we're going to do the top 5 locations. At number 5 is California. Now, as all of you know, the new California Republic comes from California. That's where the first two. That's well, I guess you could say the first two are kind of set. And I think re-exploring this with the new engines and the new technology we have would just greatly increase our knowledge on the Fallout universe and give us a better insight into what is Fallout and how the rest of the country has been impacted by the big resurgence we have, or the big surge of technology and leadership we had in California. At number 4, we have Oregon again. Now, Oregon, as y'all know, Arroyo is in Oregon, and that is a village from Fallout 2 that we would like to see. And I think just going back there again it's nostalgia to me. It's nostalgia. And I think that's probably one of the biggest parts of the Fallout universe is just the lore behind it. At number 3, we have Canada. Now, I'm sure all of you heard when you played through the pit, if you did play through the pit, you heard Asher mention Ronto. Now, the way I see it that Ronto is kind of the hub. I mean, obviously it is the hub of Canada today, but I think it becomes the hub in a sense that it obviously has contact with the Commonwealth and other places like that. And it would be neat to see the Great Lakes states and all those and how they interact with the Canadians after. And I feel like Canada would just bridge the gap and give us an international feel on a level that we haven't been able to see before. And I think it just gives us a new perspective, and that's always great for games, At number 2, we have the Commonwealth, which is also Boston, Massachusetts, and the Institute. Now, this is actually a confirmed rumor that there's been Bethesda employees mapping out the area of Boston and working with people from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, which when they reference the Institute in Fallout, we are assuming that it means the Massachusetts Institute of Technology after the world has occurred this nuclear apocalypse. I'd like to see this area because I feel like there's obviously a lot of America's history in this place. And so I think there could be a lot of references to the old America, and just building on new and just new technology would be awesome to see. New technology is always awesome to see, and obviously we have the synthetic androids that are made in the Institute. We saw that in Fallout 3 with the quest with Harkness and Zimmer, the replicated man. That was a great way to explore some of the technology that they have in this time that we just don't know about. And I just think Boston is a great way to represent a Fallout because it's a great environment near the water, which we haven't really had much of before. And so I feel like Boston would be an amazing place to set this next game. Now here it is, my number 1 place I would like to see in Fallout 4. Texas. If none of you know that, I am from Texas. I love Texas. But not only that, it is the fact that there's so much variation in Texas. And there's so many places that they could go with it. Austin would be a great place. The Galveston area, Houston area. There's so many great places that they could do for this that would just go so well with the Fallout environment. They would go so well. And I think this way, we already explored the cowboy aspect kind of in New Vegas, but there needs to be the aspect of, you know, the independence, because as Texans, we're always a very independent people, and, you know, proud of our heritage. And I think in exploring that and exploring maybe a new faction here in Texas would be amazing. Because there is a form of the Brotherhood of Steel that is in Texas. We do know that from the game Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, which wasn't a role-playing game. It was one of those kind of just Fallout spin-offs that they did. But we know that. So I would love to see that explored upon, and maybe a democratic type government or a totalitarian type government. I don't know. I would love to see it. And to me, that would just make my life if I got to see a Fallout set in the place where I live. Alright guys, now we're going to go through and do a few improvements that we'd like to see. Okay, well, one complaint I had with Fallout 3 was its lack of variation in the way you can end things. Yes, there were ways you could end quests, and yes, there were different endings and different weapons you can get based on, but there just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough after you did stuff to know what you did, except for the quest with Megaton and Tenpenny Tower. Those really kind of defined the game for me. That was because those were some of the few first quests when I got into this game that I really loved about Fallout. So I feel like maybe just more interaction, and I think we can do that now because there's a lot of that in you can see in Skyrim that they worked on. Because after you do these quests, you hear, like, if you become a werewolf, there will be people coming to ask you, is that fur growing out of your ears? You know, I just think there needs to be a little more interaction after you do things, more consequences to your actions. The second thing is kind of go to the weapon system of New Vegas, but variate it. You know, I mean, they variated a little more than Fallout 3. I would just like to see more weapon variety. You know, it would just be nice, more weapon. And we added that crafting system, and that was good, but that could be much improved on because it wasn't very solid in the way that you could do things in Fallout New Vegas, but beggars can't be choosers. Alright, the last thing I would like to see, because in Fallout New Vegas this was not strong at all, emotional connection. This game needs emotional connection in the storyline. Some form of it is fine, but you had none. No one cared about the courier. No one cared because he wasn't personal. I mean, we cared about the Lone Wanderer. He was finding his dad, and his dad died, and you cared about him. And so I would just like to see some more emotional attachment delivered in this last Fallout game. Alright guys, it's been Nasty T here for this Fallout 4 preview. I hope you enjoyed it, and go comment, like, subscribe, you know, email us if you have any suggestions, questions, and be on the lookout for some more zombies and Xbox 360 content soon. So relax and enjoy paradise.